Hello guys. Now I thought I wouldn't need to make a commentary on any of the Irategamer's videos. I really thought that there really is nothing to say that hasn't already been said about him. And you know what? I still think that there is little to no point in making a commentary on his videos. The main reason why I don't make any commentaries on his videos is because I'm not really a video gamer. I play the Pokemon games and that's about it. I do sometimes play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but I mainly just play the Pokemon games. I don't play them that often either. I spend more time making videos and go to movies. But I just noticed that in his Sonic videos there were so many things that I can't refute. Let me tell you, I have played the first 3 Sonic games. So I have a lot to say about this guy. So let's just get this the fuck over with. There are so many things wrong with this video. And even I can find the things wrong with it. So just let's get it the hell over with. Yeah, that's a very lame opening. It's nothing but just clips from his previous videos. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, James Nintendo Nerd has an opening like that. But the difference is James Nintendo Nerd actually knows what the fuck he's talking about. Unlike the Irategamer. So yeah. I don't really have a problem with its opening. But since all of the clips are from his crappy videos, I'm just going to say that this is not a great opening. It's not epic at all. It's decent. I'll just go as far as that. Let's just continue.
Today we're reviewing Sonic Unleashed.
Okay, we're only second into the video and 10 minutes is to fuck up. Today we're reviewing. What the hell is that supposed to mean? What do you mean by we? Clearly the only person who is reviewing it is you. Are you trying to act like you're on a television show or something? Is that what you are trying to imitate? Well, it would work if there was more than one person in this video, but you're the only fucking person here. So saying that today we review makes no sense. Okay, let's go on.
Now, I've always been a big fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog games.
That statement is pure bullshit. And you will see why when he compares this game to another Sonic games.
But ever since his transition to the world of 3D, the Hedgehog just hasn't been the same.
Well, I have played the classic Sonic games, but I haven't actually played the new ones. I haven't played the 3D games. So, I really have nothing to argue here.
Now, I will say that this game starts off rather well, as we are greeted with an amazing opening sequence that sets up the storyline of this title. Freaking sweet. So basically the story is that Sonic is trying to foil Dr. Robotnik's plans once again to destroy the world. But in the process, Sonic is captured, turned into a werewolf, and Dr. Robotnik blows up the Earth. Wow, some hero he turned out to be. But not to worry, because after being subjected to 20 minutes of boring dialogue sequences with goofy looking animals and ice cream men, you learn that the Earth isn't completely destroyed, and there's still hope left to save it.
Let me just ask you guys something. Is there a way to skip those cutscenes? The reason why I'm asking this is because in his Tekken 6 review, he said he was complaining about cutscenes. And many people pointed out that it is possible to skip the cutscenes in Tekken 6. Now let me ask you guys who have played the game Irategamer is talking about. Is there a way to skip the cutscenes in this video game? Well, I would assume that there is, but I'm not so sure. So I would say that this complaint isn't legit if it was possible to skip the cutscenes in this game. I'm just asking, is it possible? Because if it is, that really is a stupid argument.
Now the first two levels in this game are fantastic, and they contain everything you'd come to expect from a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Speed, speed, and more speed! Oh hell yeah!
That was fucking stupid. So you're saying that everything you would expect from a Sonic game is speed, speed, and more speed? Have you forgotten that there was more to the classic Sonic games than just speed? You had to jump on enemies, and not to mention at the end of the second Sonic game, you had to fight that, maybe it was a very powerful end boss. And you couldn't just rely on your speed to defeat that boss. Well, trust me, he will say out through the entire video that Sonic is just about speed, and that's just plain wrong. But there are more points that I want to refute that he makes in this video. So let's continue.
But as soon as the fun begins, it comes to a screeching halt, as we're forced to roam around a small village in between each level. Ugh, what a buzzkill. These places are just boring. Great, more shit from the Ice Cream Man.
Do you have a problem with the Ice Cream Man? Just wondering.
But once the sun sets and nighttime falls over the village, Sonic the Hedgehog then turns into a huge werewolf. And this is the beginning of the problems that really plague this game. Because instead of having to race through the next level, you've now got to fight through it.
What's the problem with that? Please explain.
Now, if I wanted to hack and slash my way through tons of enemies, I would have played a fighting game.
Just like I expected. He didn't explain at all why this is a problem. I mean, seriously, how do you even call yourself a game reviewer? You don't even explain how that is a problem. I mean, come on, man. It can't be that hard.
I mean, what the hell? This is a Sonic game, and Sonic games should be about one thing. Racing through the level as fast as fucking possible, not pussyfooting around whacking the shit out of enemies.
He made two totally idiotic statements right now. First off, he said that Sonic games are only about running through their levels as fast as fucking possible. Dude, even though you do run fast in the levels, you sometimes have to slow down in the classic Sonic the Hedgehog games. I mean, think about that. At the end of each level in the original Genesis Sonic games, you had to beat the bosses. And beating the bosses was about jumping on the enemies. Not to mention the bosses at the end of the game were very difficult to defeat. You call yourself a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and yet you fail to acknowledge the fact that the games were more about than just speed. And also one stupid statement said, it's not about fighting enemies. No, that's just plain wrong. The old Sonic games were also about fighting enemies. I remember fighting some very tough bosses in the first, second and the third Sonic games. Oh, and I also have to remind you that in the third Sonic games you had to get a bubble in order to breathe underwater. You know, I could name so many things that the Sonic games are about. They are not just about speed. You're not a Sonic fan. If you were, you would know that the Sonic games were about more than just speed. Oh, let's continue.
But unfortunately, the insanity doesn't stop here.
You know what? For once, I actually agree with the Irategamer. The insanity doesn't stop here at all. And you know what I call the insanity? I am not calling the game an insanity. What I find insane is how many idiotic statements he makes in this video. So yeah, thank you for saying that. That's exactly what I was gonna say. The insanity of idiotic statements doesn't stop here. It keeps on going.
Because in the next level, you get to fly around in the sky trying to shoot down airplanes. So what does this even have to do with Sonic the Hedgehog?
That was an incredibly stupid question, but nevertheless, I feel like answering it. Do you remember in the second Sonic game that you had to jump on airplanes? Yeah, you're not a true Sonic fan. In fact, you're not a Sonic fan at all. You can't just back in the review say that you are a Sonic fan because you fucking aren't. You aren't a Sonic fan. So don't lie to us, Chris.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right. It is ridiculous how many idiotic statements you make in 3 minutes. It's really ridiculous. I was going to say that. Thanks.
The only way to pass this level is to keep pressing the corresponding buttons in order to blow up the missiles being shot at you. God, I hate this level with a passion. And the main reason is the stupid ending boss, who has a health meter that stretches halfway across the fucking screen.
It's supposed to do that! I mean seriously, how many games have you played? I will admit that I haven't played many video games. But I happen to know that there are plenty of video games with long boss bars. So that is just an idiotic argument.
And why on earth does it take so long for the boss's health meter to go down? This isn't even fair, since a single shot can knock my sorry ass all the way back to Green Hill Zone.
Guess what? It's not supposed to be fair! If it was fair, then the game would be too fucking easy! It's supposed to be hard. Because if it wasn't hard, you would finish the game too quickly. But you know what? I am not surprised that you complain about things like that. You really suck at video games. And the worst part is you blame the video game for how awful you are at them. Now some people say that the Irategamer sometimes dies on purpose. And you know what? I don't buy into it. I really think he sucks that bad at video games. I mean, he can't fake it. He can't fake it so many times that he sucks at video games. I think the Irategamer really does suck at video games. I mean, seriously. He can't even compare this game to the previous Sonic the Hedgehog games. Again, you're not a fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So don't lie to us.
Now I'm not sure what the fuck Sega was thinking when they made this game.
And I don't know what the fuck you were thinking when you made this idiotic review.
But damn it, stop trying to reinvent the wheel and just get back to the basics.
What the hell are you talking about? You know, it wouldn't surprise me if you would complain that the first Sonic game is not about speed. Because guess what, the first Sonic game is not only about speed. So it wouldn't surprise me if you would complain that the first Sonic game is not only about speed. It's not just about speed. I've stated this enough time in this video. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You're not a Sonic fan.
Now, if you have the ability to get online with your video game system, then you might want to check out the demo version of Sonic Unleashed, because it does contain the best level found in this game. Yeah, now this is what Sonic should be about. Not this, or even this.
This is like the second Sonic game. This flying state is like the second fucking... fuck it. You know what? I already told you everything I need to tell you. I thought I wouldn't need to make a commentary. But the Irategamer is just a terrible actor. And he's not just a shame to video gamers. I personally don't like him. Oh well, at least he isn't going to say anything more idiotic. Let's just finish this video.
I'm not sure why they just couldn't make the entire game based around the concept of the first two levels, because if they did, this game would have been awesome.
No, it wouldn't. It would entirely suck. You know, I thought he has already made all of the idiotic statements already in a video. But he hasn't. He had to just say that the game would be better if it was just about speed. You want a game about speed? That's about nothing but speed? Then buy a fucking racing game. I'm talking about games like Formula 1 or something like that. Because none of the Sonic games are just about speed. You're an idiot.
So final verdict? It's a piece of shit.
So final verdict? This review is a piece of shit. Yeah. Well, that's basically the end of the review. I thought I wouldn't need to make a commentary on the Irategamer. But in this video he made some statements that even I was able to refute. He really does suck at video games. I don't understand why people say that he is as entertaining as James Nintendo Nerd. And you know what? I don't like it when people compare the Irategamer to the Angry Video Game Nerd. Why do I not like that? Well, saying that the Irategamer sucks because he copies the Angry Video Game Nerd? I'm sorry, that's not the reason he sucks. He sucks because he is terrible at video games, terrible actor, and stuff like that. I don't like when people say that he copies the Angry Video Game Nerd, because the Angry Video Game Nerd is so much fucking better. I mean, when he talks about games, he actually gives legit point as to why they suck. He gives damn good reasons why video games suck. I'm talking about the Angry Video Game Nerd here. And he actually is entertaining. So, that's why I say it's stupid to compare the Irategamer with the Angry Video Game Nerd. Because the Angry Video Game Nerd is better on all the levels. Well, thank you guys for watching and have a great day.
Sega!
What the hell was that? I mean seriously, what the hell was that? Now I said in a previous video that Donkey Kong scene at the end of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the worst and lamest scene and an angry video game nerd, and I still think that. But that was just... all I can say about that random Sonic sprite at the end is, what the fuck?